Today we're going to be making an adorable little kitty like this one, and to make it we're going to start with a pinch pot that's upside down. So you're going to start with a ball of clay, and if it is not quite round you can roll it around on your newspaper. You can roll it between your hands. And once my ball is nice and round, I'm going to take my thumb, I'm going to hold the ball in one hand, and I'm going to squish the thumb in, just like Tom Thumb, putting his thumb into a pie and pulling out a plum. So you have your plum, and you're going to take these fingers, and you're going to squeeze between your thumb and your fingers. And you can see it opens up the hole a little bit. So you're going to rotate all the way around your little plum, and you're going to make it wider so that it can be like the body of the cat. Now once you have it, it might be a little bumpy and lumpy, and you can just pet the kitty. Just pet your little kitty until he's nice and smooth. And then once he is all smoothed out, oh, what a good little kitty. You can think of a name for your cat. Once he's nice and smooth, he needs some ears. So we're going to start at the top, and we're going to take a pretty big pinch and pinch that side and pinch that side. Two big pinches. And then if we want to make them, some cats have a little more triangular of an ear, so we're going to pinch it on this direction too. So now you have two triangle ears. Now we need to work on his tail and his eyeballs. So I'm going to take another piece of clay and roll it back and forth, just like you would if you're making a snake with Play-Doh. You're going to roll it back and forth until you have a pretty good sized piece. And I'm going to take my tool and cut a little bit off. This one is going to be for the eyes, and this one is going to be for the tail. I'm going to make the tail a little bit skinnier. And I'm going to cut this off and roll it into a ball. And actually this will be big enough for both my eyes, so I'm going to chop it in half. And now I'm going to use scoring and slipping. Scoring is boring, but I make lots of lines. And then the slip is the watery clay. Slipping is dipping, and I like it just fine. So I'm going to do the same thing on my cat's face where the eyes are going to go. Scoring is boring, but I make lots of lines. Slipping is dipping, and I like it just fine. Then for the last part, you're going to put them together and give it a good little squeeze so they're nice and tight. And you're going to do the same thing for the other eye. Scoring is boring, but I make lots of lines. Slipping is dipping, and I like it just fine. Scoring is boring, but I make lots of lines. Slipping is dipping, and I like it just fine. Now once you have these two kitty cat eyeballs on, you can, if you want, give a little poke. I'm going to use the back of mine. Give him a little pupil. Doesn't he look funny? So you can give him a smile. You can give him a triangle cat nose. You could lay your tool sideways and give him some whiskers. You could use your tool and make some texture marks on him. That would look really good. Now you also have the other coil for his tail, and you're going to score and slip that on too. Make your scoring marks, add your slip, same thing on the tail, and you can connect. When you connect the tail, you have another part, and this is called smoothing is soothing. It erases the lines. You want to erase that line where the tail was so it's all stuck completely on your cat. And now we can't have it hanging out like this, even though that would be cute, but it's with clay it will break. So we're going to have to wrap our tail up around our kitty. And then you can continue making your texture fur on your good little kitty. You can give him some stripes on his tail. What else can you think to make your kitty different from your friends' kitties? Okay, once you're done, raise your hand and I will come take your kitty to the vet. He's going to go to the vet while he turns from a soft kitty into a hard kitty. After you've given me your kitty, I will also take your slip when your whole table is done and your tool. You guys can wrap your newspaper. If you pull all the corners in to make a ball, then I will put that in recycle, and you guys can spend the rest of the time coloring your cat that you drew earlier with crayons.